to be from Asia, a lot of the testimonials, so a lot of it is not compliant, right? FDA compliant with here in the US. So currently right now there's not a website yet. They're still trying to figure out how to be compliant. But there's a lot of webinars that are going on in Asia, Malaysia, all these places. So a lot of the testimonials I'm going to be sharing is from there. So there's just a disclaimer that this is not a medical device. It's more of just your own therapy at home. And it's all about how to heat up your cells and increase the frequency of the cells. So yeah, did you want to say something too? Okay. So basically here, it's not a medical device. And one of the things, how it came to the US was they have it just as an appliance, a household appliance, mainly a hairdryer, right? So it's basically just always know that it's not to diagnose or treat any issues, but we are going to be saying the issues here, just so you know how to use them, okay? They do have 3 products now, 3 blowers. Again, this is the classic, which is the one I really like, and it's also the most affordable. I like it because it's got the low heat and the high heat, right? There's 3 settings on there. You've got the low air, low heat, high air, high heat, and then high heat, high air. So you have 3 choices there. This is the second one, and this one is only has high heat and higher heat, hotter heat. And then this one has multiple functions where you could turn off the heat, or just not have cold heat. This is what a lot of professional offices are using, because this one you can use it for a lot longer. This one here, the Terahertz, the classic, you can only use for 2 hours, so maximum a day. Yeah. Okay. So basically, right now, if you guys were to Google frequencies and diseases and energy medicine, right now that is like what a lot of holistic practitioners are moving towards. A lot of medical doctors are even going through that way. Joe Dispenza is one of the people that I follow, and he has a book called Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. He also does a lot of meditations with people who are very, very sick. And one of the things he always says is I can't even see it here because it's curved. We could say that all diseases is pretty much because we have a lowering of our frequencies in our body, right? So you guys actually just did your Qigong class, right? So that's basically your life force, and that's pretty much the energy, right? And you're trying to increase your energy, right? So because all of the lower frequencies are the ones that's going to lower your immune system, and the one that leads to diseases. So this is something I just grabbed that I saw. So the diseases pretty much start at anything 58, and everything is going to be human bodies at 72 to 90. So the goal right now is to get everything higher frequencies. Okay, so this natural healing force, this is the chi, right? And everybody has it, and you guys all know that you have it, right? So now it's just a matter of telling everybody else about it. But we just need to be able to access it a lot easier. Sometimes you're doing a practice like meditation. It takes a long time to get there. Qigong, sometimes for people, it takes a long time to get there and to get that result. And the Terahertz is one of the things that's going to help it be faster. It's going to help you get there faster. And if we look at our cells in like a battery, that's how we really need to look at it. And this is kind of how I help myself go to sleep earlier now, because I'm a night owl. I like to, for some reason, I just want to learn, absorb everything at night. But kind of like when you charge your phones, right? We have to charge. We have to just get to sleep and charge up. And it's nice also when we compare ourselves to a battery, because there's a positive and a negative charge, right? So there's a picture, I didn't bring it, basically about your cells. So this is where when they talk about the blueberries, antioxidants, right? So you have all these positive charges that are around your cells, but now nothing can get through, right? And so we want to have when you're eating the blueberries and stuff, like you want the negative charges to come up, so those positive charges will go away, and the nutrients can come in, oxygen can come in, carbon dioxide can come out. So always look at it as a battery. It's going to make you a little bit more motivated to do the right things for your body. Dr. Oz, you guys are familiar with Dr. Oz? He's actually saying now, he's really a big advocate for energy medicine now, and he's really going towards that way, right? Have you heard other people talking about it?
A lot of people.
Yeah. And it's funny because like like hippies were into it for a long time, right? So, and the whole time I was like, oh, I don't want to be a hippie, like with the oils and everything. And it's like, and now it's like, I'm a hippie, I'm okay, right? So, and again, right now, it's a secret right now. We all know that secret, but like our friends and family don't know that, right? Because right now in the medical field, they just want everybody on medication. So I know with me, I was on lupus steroid medication for 13 years, right? And it wasn't until I missed my son's soccer game that motivated me to do something about it. All the information was there for me, but I never looked it up, right? So if there's something that you guys want that, you know, just that better health, just for your family to stay there and be able to do things with them. Okay, so the life cycle right now, if you think about it back then, they didn't have cancer, right? If you really think about it. And I'm thinking about their lifestyle. You know what? They were in the dirt. They were grounding every day, right? They were in the forest. They had all the natural energy from the leaves and all that stuff. And now the way we are, it's like we actually will be getting sick because we're not doing all the things that they had back then. And so right now they say, you know, there's all these leading causes of death, but the main one really is the blockages. Kind of when you're doing the Qigong, it's all about clearing your channels, right? That's basically the base of it, is getting rid of those blockages. And when you're using the terahertz, that's what it's doing. Okay, and again, Hippocrates is all about heating your system. What you just mentioned earlier, where warm water is better than the room temperature water, right? Because that's just how your body works. Like if you ever you did a urine test, right? The first time I did that, I was like, oh my God, it's really warm, right? So everything in your body is warm, so things that we should be eating should be just the same. Okay? If there's a way to heat the bones, then all diseases can be treated. One of the great things about the terahertz is it penetrates about 7 inches deep, and red light therapy penetrates about 3 inches. So this one really gets a lot deeper and can actually get more into the bones. So that's what's great about that one. And again, more proof of people saying that we need to get more into frequency medicine, okay? Because we are here. We're in the Jetsons age. I don't know if you guys watch the Jetsons, but it's hard to believe that we are here. There's tons and tons of books on energy healing. You know, you've got your emotional freedom technique. You've got your tapping that you have to do. You know, Donna Eden here is a really good one for energy medicine. You can look them up in the library to do other ways. All of this is really great. Just takes time, right? I'm all about saving time, finding shortcuts, finding tools. It's going to make everything faster, because the faster you can do something, the more you're going to do it. If it's going to take a long time, you're like, oh, forget it. Oh my God, I got to do Qigong for an hour. I remember I was going to her practice. It's like you really have to make time to do something for that. So with the terahertz, right? With the terahertz device you have terahertz, you have quantum, and you have the quartz, right? There's a quartz crystal in there. So if you notice in your device, there is a quartz crystal in there, and that actually amplifies the energy that's coming out of there. And then the frequency, the terahertz frequency that is coming out from there vibrates at the same rate as a healthy cell, which is why, and a lot of people actually like to call this, if you have any pain, you want to point it directly to that area, and they call it it's a portable infrared sauna that you just point directly where your issue is, which is pretty cool, okay? So these are some of the things that people are using them for. This one right here, he was not able to, I think, talk. He was not able to talk before, and they were doing this treatment on him. I think this is his wife, and he started being able to talk, right? So horses, they're using it on animals. They're using it on their pets. This one here, this fish's name is Lazarus, and they thought the fish died. They renamed him as Lazarus. Is the thing coming?
I came back to life.
He did come back to life. They said, hey, blow it on the water, and he came back to life. So they renamed him Lazarus. I don't know if the volumes, I'm hoping the volumes will come up. But yeah, so they did that, and he started swimming, and he came back to life on that one. And then this is, you know, someone charging the water. This is one of the stands I was testing. The motor did not work, so they're sending me another one. But I'm testing some of the stands, and I'm going to figure out which one is better. But it's really nice with this stand right here, because this motor will make it move this way. It's really pretty cool. I have one of them that is working, and I'll use it on my eyes. So I lie down on the massage table and I have it facing this way, and it just goes this way, which is pretty nice. I have my spray bottle, so I'm not holding that anymore. I'm just lying down relaxed, and I'm just spraying my eyes to help. So I have super dry eyes, and it really does help. I like right after that, I feel like it's a little bit clearer vision. And people have done it for about a month or two, and they said that they notice an improved vision.
Now, do you have to pair it with water or like a
Terahertz water. Yeah, I spray it on that.
okay?
There's some people. It's what? Say that again.
Continually?
No, I just kind of wait. I spray it, and then I'll kind of wait till it dries, and then I spray it again.
Oh, okay.
And then while my eyes are closed, I'll be looking upwards, right, so that the eye it's getting that part of the eyeball. So I kind of move my eyes around, so you can see that. This is a acupressure center, so they actually even have a little device here to get it even more pressure. But they're using it a lot in all their centers over in the East, in Asia. More people that are using it in their clinics. He's using the Pro. This guy here is using the Pro. But again, you can get away with just using the Classic. I really like the Classic because it's something everybody can have, and everybody should have this in their home. Doing the hands and feet, doing the back is very, very nice to have because again, that's where the your stem cells are, and is activating them. Okay. Again, God's wave band, light of life, and wave of life is what they're calling it. And the way it works. Again, so you have the heat that's coming up. There's 3 different heats that you can have come up there, and you have the quartz crystal. And again, the terahertz frequency that's coming out. And this transdermal, they actually say, if you can, it's better if you don't have any clothes on when you're doing it. But if you have the clothes on, it's fine, right? But to get that transdermal delivery, it's better if it's directly on the skin.
It feels better.
It does. It does. And for some people, when it's very, very hot, that's where you want to use that water. Spray it with water before you're using it, okay? And again, people have done it on their foods, and it affects also your aura. I don't know if you guys, I feel like a buzz after I'm done. It's like, ooh, you know? So, but yeah. And this is basically how it's working. I kind of really like this slide. So this is a regular, normal cell here. And then when we get stressed out, anything that's happening, right, it kind of just weakens it and it lowers the frequency of the cell. Right, so when we start to add the terahertz on there, it helps to bring up the frequency of the cell. It also helps to vibrate it and bring it back to the frequency of a healthy cell. Okay, so basically,
now what's the difference if you use like no heat versus with heat?
There's arguments from 2 parties. One of them is very pro heat. The other one is very low heat. Right. So some people are saying, and I haven't found any documentation on this yet, but they're saying that the terahertz works better when it's high heat. Okay. But for me, I still feel a difference when I use the low heat. Like on my face, I like using it on my face now, right? I played tennis with somebody a long time. Haven't seen her in a while. She says, you look like a little kid. Like, but you know, and I said, oh, it's probably my outfit. Said, no, something's different. Maybe you look a little younger. I said, oh, okay, thank you. I'll take that, right? But I like to use it on my face when I'm drying my hair, right? Actually, when I'm drying my hair, I'll put it right here, so I'm like double dutying, right? It's drying my hair and it's getting on my palms, and then I'll do it here. And then I'll put my feet up. No, just kidding. Can you imagine? But yeah, and then I'll just dry it around. And then when I'm done, I'll dry my face. Right? I have a spritz on my face. I'll also have a Gua Sha, and then you can Gua Sha. Right? So if you have the stand, it's nice because then you can pull it tight and then you can Gua Sha the face. Right? So you get a little bit more contouring on here, which is pretty cool.
Now, if people have a lot of like silver amalgams in their mouth,
they can't. You have to think of a way so it's gonna shoot, right? You can have to do it in a way that they're not in that way.
Because what happens?
There's a way to avoid it. Right now, they basically say they don't have enough testing to see. That's why if you have any implants, right, they don't want that. They don't know if it's going to heat it up. They don't know what's going to happen to the amalgam, if it's going to melt, or if it's going to release anything and put it in the system. So just to be safe, they just say don't do anything with any implants, even in the teeth too. Eye implants, teeth implants, nose, right? Any implants in your body. So, but there's a way to do it. You can, well, when we go over the hand chart, there's a lot of people who are getting really good results where they're just looking at the hand chart and the foot chart, and they're just blowing on that area in their hand. So it's also affecting it without having to be there directly.
So you're talking about like an acupuncture chart?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So basically here in the manual, and I'll send you guys the manual if you don't have it, but there is a chart here. There's a chart here for the spinal where you can just look it up, where to blow on, and then also on the hand, and then the feet and the ears. So there's people who have really, really good results blowing on their ears, especially for people who had tinnitus. They have they're like the ringing, couldn't believe that the ringing stopped, and they've had ringing in their ears for a long, long time. Okay, so basically, the things that it helps with is it helps to eliminate any unhealthy cells. It's going to vibrate. It's going to vibrate your cells wherever you point it to directly. And then, not only that, it's going to activate any dormant cells. If you have dormant cells in there, it's going to waken it up. If those dormant cells don't wake up, what it's going to help with is going to flush it out of your system. So it's doing so many different things just by blowing on it, okay? Again, so it's activating it. It increases the self-healing ability as well because it's increasing the vibration. And then the thing that we talked about was clearing the meridian points. The whole point about staying healthy is making sure our channels are not blocked, right? When we have blocked channels, that's when issues start to happen, right? When we have low frequencies, that's when issues have to happen. So, yeah. If you guys have any questions, right? What's happening? I didn't recognize you. Sorry. I was like, oh, my friend didn't make it. She's right there. You look so different without the tennis clothes. One of the great things about the product, the device is increasing not just circulation, but increasing microcirculation. We need to start thinking in cellular health, right? Before I was always talking about, preventative health. No, now it's just cellular health. Giving everything our body needs just to improve our cells, and microcirculation is the key, right? Because it's not only going to help the blood flow, right? It's going to remove the toxins. It's going to get the oxygen in there, right? What's really good when you're using this device also, very, very important, is the intention that you're using when you are blowing. You want to set the intention that this is fine. Everything is going to work because, again, it's all about energy, right? If we're using it and I'm like, oh my God, this is not going to work, right? That's the energy that you're putting out there, and that's the energy that's getting broadcasted. So we need to be very, very careful about the intention that we're doing when we're using the product. Okay, so you can use, what's great about this is you can use it for all ages, right? The babies have a stomach ache, you want to put it on low heat, low air, right? You can use it on them. I've got some other videos. Here, so she's using it on her face, right? But so many different uses. I'm going to start going through the testimonials. Oh, here it is. Blockage is the main cause of body pain, right? Blockage, blockage, blockage. We need to clear our channels. Okay, one of the best things this is really, really great for is inflammation, okay? A lot of times inflammation happens because we have blockage, right? So, again, this is really, really great for a lot of health issues. A lot of people are using it for beautification. This is actually very important. Before I used to think it's like, oh, it's just kind of vanity, right? But when people feel good about themselves, their vibration goes up, right? So we need to be doing things that make us feel good. Before I was like, oh, you're just vain. You only come to my vanity class, right? But it does help them to feel better. And increasing the vibration is what that's helping with, right? So again, removing the blockages and increasing the circulation. So this is, hang on, there's too many videos happening. Hang on. These are like just different videos.
Look at this.
There's this
this thing works, and I'm gonna blow a little bit more. I don't care. And actually, when I turn off the camera, I don't have any makeup, no mascara, nothing at all. Like bare
She's actually
skin.
not doing it
I
wrong.
actually put on the
But
highest setting,
what's
which
great
I'm gonna
is,
do again
even when
for
she
a
did it
little bit.
wrong, she got great results. So she actually has really red skin on there, and she was using it at the distance. Usually they kind of recommend to put it this way and more straight on your face. But just doing it this way, she got really good results already, right? So a lot of people are using it here for skin beauty. There was one here that people are using it in their practices, and they're doing it as a massage with the Gua Sha.
I think I see much less redness.
Yeah.
And I'm not doing on this side. I just want.
Yeah. So, and then this one, this is a great example of a blockage, because he has blockage on one side of his body, and you can tell which side. Oh, did it stop? So one side he was in pain when they're blowing over it, and the other side was pretty much clear.
So do they recommend that you do it on the blockage area?
They after you do the lymphatic drainage like we did,
Okay.
yeah, that would be good. And I really like her protocol of the lymphatic drainage, because that's, again, clearing out the channels, and then it helps when you work on your area for that place to go, right? So it's kind of like when people come and they say, oh, I'm doing this cleanse and it's not working, it's making me sick. I says, well, did you clear out your chimneys, right? When you're doing a cleanse, you got to clear out your chimneys, which is everything in your body that helps for the toxins to go, right? You've got your skin, you got to clear out your skin, your colon, your lungs, what's the other one? Your kidneys, right? And your liver. We have to work on all those 5 areas first before you do an actual detox. Because what happens if those are blocked and you're doing a cleanse, all that stuff just like stays in there, and then they get more sick, right? But it needs a place to go, it needs a place to exit. Okay, this is a really good example here of how they're doing the treatment. And let me see the volume. Oh, it's not playing.
Living stem cells in our bone marrows. As you keep blowing this on your spine, you're activating the stem cells, and guess what? You're going to create brand new lungs, brand new kidneys. Eventually, as you keep using this over time, you will have brand new organs, glands, and tissues in your bodies. And that's a great news. You have to keep blowing this on your spine, because this is what the great Hippocrates said. There's a way to hit the bones, then all diseases can be treated. Activate that, awaken that stem cells in your bone marrows. Hit the bones using the future of medicine, which is frequency. Hitting the bones using frequency medicine. Yes, guys, we have decoded the secret to forever young and healthy body. This is your time. Grab your one device right now.
What's really great about this is when I didn't bring my EMF reader, but like the hair dryer, like I didn't know that when I was using my hair dryer, and I bought one of those really expensive ones that some celebrities were using, but it gives off a lot of EMF, and I hadn't, I never even looked at that part. And like when I heard that, I was like, I'm going to start using this. And then when I started using this, like my hair was actually better. I don't have to iron my hair anymore. I just dry it and I leave, So and it's smoother, and also the the gray hair, right, is not coming back as fast, because what happens when the new growth that's coming out, it actually also feels thicker. So the new growth that's coming out, the new growth of the white hair is actually not stark white. It's like a lighter white. So
It's almost blonde.
yeah.
Because I'm noticing that with mine.
Mm-hmm.
And my hair is thicker, and I have less hair when I brush my hair in the brush.
Yes.
And,
Less in the shower drain too. I was
Yeah,
like, ooh.
yeah. So it's much better, and people say it looks like it's less white.
Yes.
So
Well, I'll share you that once I got in an accident, because now he's using it after he got really good results on that. Now he's using it on his hair, and he has like salt and pepper hair.
Mhm.
So
and you can probably see it easier on a guy because they
Yeah.
keep the hair shorter and they cut the hair more
Right.
more often.
but I had already noticed the back, and I didn't take a picture. I tell people, take a picture, and then I forget to take a picture. But it already looks a little darker on the back.
Okay. That's good.
And a lot of times people will say it's the back that people
can
notice the
tell.
difference more. So people who are using it don't even realize it until somebody tells them, right? So a lot of the guys even, like they have longer hair, the gray hair comes out more in the back.
And I know that the Terahertz, they do have a demo of the EMF.
Yes.
There's no EMF coming off of
Right.
this dryer.
Right.
This blower.
Right.
So that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, the last presentation I had when I was here, I had that video of that, so I can look it up for that. I just did a newer one here. This was the main reason I started with this, because I'm a water snob. I've got like many filters in my house, 2 filters underneath my sink, but I got it for the water. Again, I told you guys earlier that I always go to the restroom, and since I started using this, I don't go to the restroom as much. Okay, so, and then this is what it's doing. So it's changing it from cluster to linear, and then when you're looking at your cell, it's able to go into your cell better than having a cluster go in through. So when you're charging your water, you want to charge. So I charge this one. Well, I'm using my hairdryer stand for that, but I have got my hairdryer stand, and I charge this one for about a minute. Okay, for about a minute. When I also have like a 2-quart liter that I charge for 2 minutes. If you have a gallon, then you want to charge it for 5 minutes. Okay, and again, I'll send a picture of how I have my setup. I mean, everything's just right there. Again, if you set up your environment to work easier, the more you're going to do it. So that's why I have this blower everywhere. I have one in the bathroom to dry my hair. Have one in the massage room. Have one in my room. I mean, it's just so I don't forget to use it, right? So this one right here, when I was talking about balance oil, I don't know if you guys use balance oil still. I don't use it as much anymore. But this is one of the things here. So this video is awesome. The one thing I do want to say about this video is he's using a plastic cup.
We take 300 ml of water.
So don't use a plastic cup. It has to be
and
glass.
we charge
Okay.
using the blower, which generates high terahertz technology. It's about 2-inch distance, about 30 seconds. After doing that 30 seconds, and we give the person to drink, and we waited for almost about 10 minutes.
Okay. So that's how his cells look. So his cells looked like this before, and then after drinking that water, this is how it was. And this is the same thing you get when you apply the balance oil on the bottom of your feet, right? So it's really, really good. Works as like an antioxidant, right? But this was the main reason I got it, was just for the water. And I didn't know about all the other stuff because I got it back in February. I think people started bringing it here back in September. And there's still a long ways to go for the company to have all that. But again, it's 10 times acupuncture, and then just for the cupping, right? 30 times of the Gua Sha, and then 40 times massage. I don't know about where they got these numbers, but I do know from the massage standpoint, I feel it throughout my whole body when I do a whole full one compared to an actual massage.
Yeah,
So-
actually, I have one patient who I've been using the Terahertz, and then I alternately do the AromaTouch massage.
Mm-hmm.
And she really liked the Terahertz,
Yes.
and it's so much faster.
Yes.
It takes you 40 minutes to do the AromaTouch massage. It takes me 5 minutes to do the Terahertz, and it's like similar
Right.
results.
Is it the lymphatic drainage one you're doing, or is it the AromaTouch?
No, I do my protocol, my
Okay,
usual
that one.
protocol.
Right.
And she said that was really good.
Yeah.
You know, anyway, but I tell people, because of what the unclumping of the water, that's why you get rid of wrinkles.
Yes.
So, and I know that the first thing I noticed when I started using it was my hands got less wrinkly, and they were so soft and smooth, you know, without having to put any kind of hand lotion or anything. And I think Donna was saying the same thing. She found, I said, oh my God, my hands, they feel so soft, you know.
No, that's how I was with my hair all the time, and then my face. Oh, it's like a baby's butt. It's like so soft. But yeah, I do have somebody. She does AromaTouch massage, and she's using this before the AromaTouch massage.
Yeah.
There's again 2 thoughts of that. Some people like to use it before applying oil. Some people like to use it afterwards. If you're using the low heat, it's okay because it's going to drive the oil a little bit deeper. And then you have that heat, so it's going to open it up and let the oils penetrate in. So I think either way is fine, right? But again, it's time, right? What's going to take the shortest amount of time? Because that's what people are going to do, right? You can do that 10-minute one really quick yourself compared to like the AromaTouch massage. I try to do my own AromaTouch massage, and I'm like, you know, but now I have the holder to do this one, so it's great. Again, it's the heat. The heat is one of the best features of this one, right? Because it's going to heat the bones, it's going to heat the tissues. And again, there's this book here, 98. You can get this one from the library. I'm like constantly reading all these things. It's just always nice to have more references and things of why this is working, understanding why it works, and seeing all the results from that. So, yeah. You can do them on your food. A lot of people like to do this instead of like washing your vegetables. They'll just kind of do this instead, right? And then for those of you guys who have the scanner also does the food sensitivities now, right? So if you find yourself sensitive to the food, you can scan that food into your profile so that your body is more aligned to accepting that food if you're going to eat it. Like if you're at a wedding and it's your only choice to eat it, you know, scan that food. A lot of people like to put the scanner underneath their plate and put digest frequency on there, and they're able to digest that food that they normally wouldn't have been able to. So it's very interesting the way frequencies work. It's just like, you know. On pets, people had great results with pets. Some of them were really super sick. They didn't have to take them to the vet anymore, which is really, really great. This one's cute because they have a little parrot too, and if they like it. My cat doesn't like it. She kind of runs away. So every pet is different. But she does like the scanner. When I do the pet scan on her, she'll go there and she'll listen to her music. So that one is really cute. But a lot of the pets like it. I think the pets that do like it are the ones that are having some kind of issue because they like it and it makes them feel good. Okay. Again, my hair, right? This is another one. The main thing that I really use before I smack myself on my knee, and I realized how much pain is, and I realized how quick that this helped. I was like, oh my God, I really need to share this more, you know? But I basically just use it for the water and my hairdryer, you know, and then just on my hands and feet just for circulation. But for pain, it's so awesome for pain, okay? And again, we have things that you can't use it for people who are pregnant. You don't want to use that. If they have high blood pressure, you want to skip that one section over the head, right? Because it is going to open it up and you don't want all that pressure coming through. If you have any implants, right? Some people with acute diseases, they're able to use it. It does say here just to be careful, but you can try it a little bit just to see. Open wounds and fractures are also listed here. Some people have used it on open wounds and fractures with some success. So always a caution, it's up to you, right? If you're going to do anything, always use the number 2 setting. That's my favorite setting, number 2. Low heat, low air. Okay, and here are the testimonies. This one is amazing. Okay, she was bedridden, right? And she was able to get up already. Okay, this is the 53rd day. Started walking after 53 days of therapy. Okay, so.
And that was daily use?
Daily use, yes. This one here, she had like a lump on her breast, and she started using it on there. And this one is after 8 days. So, but I'm still trying to get some of my friends to use it. This one here is for Alzheimer's. I'm very interested to see because this one is, you know, your memory, right? So I was really amazed that there was a testimony for this. But again, it does help with the nerves, right, and the muscles. So, let's see here. Rheumatoid arthritis. A lot of people have shared this one, especially if you have joint pain. It feels so good to have that on there, right? How many days on this one? 15 minutes, right? After 15 minutes doing that. But he basically was not able to raise his shoulder, and they treated him. I'm not sure how long they treated him on there, but he was able to lift it, where before he was not able to lift it at all. 15 minutes. 15 minutes blowing, okay? So they're just blowing in that area. Of course, hands and feet first, and then blow on that specific area that you have, okay? This one is really good. My sister-in-law bought one because of this. because of this picture. She saw this picture. She said, maybe I'm retaining all this water. So it was really cute. So they ended up getting one, and my brother's keeping it in his office. She hasn't even been able to use it. She's like, you're keeping it from me. So, but it's really nice because it does help flush any excess water that you have in your system. Okay, and a lot of us do have excess water. So, skin issues. This is very nice for skin issues. It helps with so many skin issues where people have had them for years, and then just using this, right? Using this, it helps with the skin issues as well. Okay, the face again. This is really nice because a lot of these people have low frequencies if they feel like there's an issue with their face. So this is very helpful to have. In here, in the manual, you want to blow in your mouth. You open it and you just blow in there. And then you also want to blow up your nose and you want to breathe that in, right? Because a lot of it is right here. It's all respiratory, right? So there's a section on here for the sore throat and the cough. I don't think it's right under COVID. But it'll tell you all the different places to use them, okay? I have to ask about this one. I'm like so into these little documents that they share. What does it say? I can't read it. I zoomed it up. So I'm waiting to find out more on this one here, and I'll share that when I get that because I tried zooming it and I couldn't read it. But these are just some of the testimonials to help with that. This one is really interesting because he had red eye problem for I don't know how many years. And then he started using this, and then his red eyes went away. This one, I think that her daughter went in and started doing treatments on her, and then she finally was able to move. So the radiation test. Oh, here it is. So this is a radiation test on the stove, and it's getting that reading, right? And then they're going to go ahead and put it in by the device. Sure.
它的数值一直是0，所以说我们的仪器它是没有任何辐射的。
So that's a big deal. That's a big deal, especially we have all this EMF, right? All the cellular on our cell phones all the time. Okay. That's pretty much it. It's within the year. All these countries have it already. There's a lot of people that are starting to use it. The one for USA, there's not a website yet for people to order retail, so it's just, we kind of try to make our own websites for people to get information, because there's not a company website to send people to yet. So, so this is basically the protocol right here. I'm gonna change this one up to coincide with the lymphatic protocol, because it is in the wrong order, based on, so we do have the hands and the feet, right? And then it should be here. Oh, the spine should be the spine, and then the limbs, right? So, but I'm gonna create a new one where it's more in the order here. So if you guys have it again, the number 1 is the high speed low heat. Number 2 is the low speed low heat, and then number 3 is the high speed high heat. Okay, high speed high heat is you use it when you have clothes, right? Low heat, this is the one I like to use. I use it on my eyes. I use it really close on the skin, right? If I'm drying my hair, I'll use the low heat, the low frequency, low heat, but then the high air, because it's faster, right? So, and I think that's it. Yeah. You guys have any questions? I tried talking fast, get over it.
How is this different than the light laser therapy?
So the light one penetrates about 3 inches, right? And then this one penetrates about 7 inches. And this one also vibrates the cells at the same as a healthy cell.
But they use the same technology?
Well, it's different frequencies.
Yeah.
So the frequency is different. That's why it has different penetration into the tissue. In my clinic, I use a lot of red light, but since I've been starting to use the Terahertz wand almost exclusively, because I don't have to ask people to take off their clothes, and you're getting into detoxing the bone, so you can actually get to the bone marrow. And I just see really phenomenal results with it. So I still use the red light when it's more surfacey, and but for the most part, I use the Terahertz one. So, because it does very similar things.
Because I can already notice the difference. I've used the, I think the level 4 or something, the light laser therapy, and I can see like my skin almost like tightening after, and then I like feel really exhausted, and then like I would rest and I feel like it flushed out the toxins.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
great.
this goes deeper.
So it goes deeper. So I use the Terahertz light on myself every day, twice a day. I use red light on myself as well. But you know, I do a lot of other stuff too. So, but I really like the Terahertz because of the penetration. It goes down into the bone.
It's very hot. Yeah, it's very hot. So, any other questions? Did you
say when you do the water, you have to move it, or you just?
Yeah, so people will do the water differently, okay? So some people, you'll see them say, oh, they'll just take it, they'll get a book and they'll put it this way, okay? They'll put it this way, okay? Because it penetrates 7 inches. What they'll do is they'll put a whole bunch, the camera, they'll put in like 3 or 4 bottles, and then they'll put it like this. And then it goes through all 4 bottles at the same time because it's going 7 inches, okay? With me, I'm a crazy water person. I like to do it direct over. And the reason for that is because the motion of the water, okay? I like having that motion in the water because that's why when you go to the beach, you feel really great because of the waves, right? When you go to the Niagara Falls, that's got the motion of the water, right? So that's all the whole alkaline negative energy thing that people are talking about. But I like to have the motion in the water. So I do it this way. And what I'll do is, I had brought this over to one of the conferences, and I said, oh yeah, you can borrow it, because I put it in the kitchen so for everybody to use it. And they just turned it on and the water is splashed out, right? So you want to make sure you don't do that. So what I do, I put my hand right here and I turn it on until it gets to 2, right? Because you have to get to 2. So what happens before 2 is the very high, it blows really high. Let me see here. Right? So if you put it right over the water, when you get to 1, it's just gonna pop out. So, but this is where you want it. So right when I get there, then I let go. Then I set the timer, okay? And then I'll use the hairdryer stand to put it on there, okay? And then for the face, I just kind of do it this way. And then again for the hair, is this way, okay?
So how long do you do it for? You said for 2 minutes, 5 minutes,
so
20
right
minutes?
Here, let's see. So right here they recommend about 1 minute or 2 minutes each, but very important to drink the water first. And it's really good to drink the warm water. I actually, I like to drink the room temperature water, depends, but at nighttime I'll drink the warm water, right? And I have I have this thing set on a warmer. So, and I'll send you guys the link for that. They'll send you the link of all the accessories that I use that helps me to use it better. But it says about a minute to 3 minutes each. But like when we did that one with Sheila, it's like 20 passes, right? 20 times, 20 times. So, you know, 10 times. And it's about 6 minutes, I think.
Yeah, it's not very long.
But, no, but in terms of the water.
For the water.
For the water.
Oh, for this one is about 1 minute. Okay, when you have like a little pitcher, the 1 quart, 2 quart, I do it for 2 minutes. And if you have like a gallon, it's 5 minutes. With that said though, sometimes I'll kind of walk away and I'll do something, and then this thing is still going, and I taste the water and it's like, ooh, it doesn't taste right, right? So you can taste it. There's a certain section there, part there where it's like, okay, that was not good, right? So, and there's sometimes when I drink it, it's, oh my gosh, so good, and I drink the whole thing, right? So, but yeah, you can taste it. But that's usually the 1 minute, 2 minutes, and then 5 minutes.
That's what I have.
And then the water, the charged water will last about 17 hours. Originally, people, you know, back in February when I started, they said, oh, it's good for 24 hours. And then, actually no, before they said it was good for a week. And then they said 24 hours, and now they're saying 17 hours, right? Because now we have more and more people using it, so we get a lot of good testimonies from people on what works the best. So the more people use it, the better information we get on what works the best.
Yeah, I was telling earlier that I was watching a video of this guy. He was just looking at a little beaker of room temperature water, and he put an electrode in there and then clipped it to an amp meter, and it had a little bit of a flow, which means water itself can create electricity. Okay. Then he took a beaker of water that was body temperature, 37 degrees centigrade, and he clipped it to the amp meter, and it went off the dial. So that would lend some scientific evidence of drinking the warm water. So you're going to get a lot more energy. And we've done experiments here with my staff. So I actually blew it for like a minute, had people drink it, blew it for 2 minutes, had them drink it. Oh, I like this better. Had them drink it for 3 minutes. So between 2 and 3 minutes was like ideal in terms of taste. And then we also did an experiment where we, you can muscle test. So I had them muscle test without drinking the water. Then I poured the Terahertz water, and they didn't even drink it. They just held it close to their body, and they were a lot stronger. Okay, just by doing that. So, and if you keep drinking the water, it will actually increase your strength. Okay, so there's a lot of benefit to just getting the water. So I can understand why Annie just wanted to get the blower just for the water. Okay, and I also had bought, I gave it to my son this weekend, but I had bought this, the sauna people who I bought my sauna from, they make a water pitcher where you can make structured water. And it uses gemstones in there, and it has negative ions and the whole thing. But the spout is made so it makes this vortex. So there's something about the vortex. And so when you do the terahertz over the water, it creates this vortex. So there's something very good about the vortex because it unclusters the water molecules. So, yeah.
I have this big vortex thing underneath my sink, so because I have like an alkaline water filter on there, but it's not the Kangen one, it's not electronic, so it's a filter, and it's this big huge thing underneath it, and it makes the water go like this before it comes out to the drinking water. So yeah, that vortex is awesome.
And then structured water is very prevalent in vegetables and fruits. So a lot of doctors are saying you should eat your water, not necessarily just drink your water, because the structured water will hydrate you much better. So, yeah, so that's why I think the Terahertz water, that's why it can get into your body better, and it gets rid of the wrinkles. And that's why you feel so much silkier skin. So.
And then if you need to transfer the water into your thermos, which is stainless steel or plastic, you want to wait for the charge to go down. So what happens if you transfer this right away into stainless steel, this is charged water, right? So it does kind of make a difference in the water. So you want to wait for about 10 to 15 minutes before you transfer it into plastic or stainless steel thermos. So I'm actually looking for a skinnier one for this. I mean, that was one of the reasons I ended up getting this one, and I thought I could just continuously drink out of it, but they're like, well, you're going to waste the cartridge, pour the water out and drink it from there. It's like, okay, that kind of beats the purpose. But I'm looking for like a nice glass thermos that has a big opening. But yeah, that water, that was the main reason I bought it. But now, I was going to share with you the accident. So this here, I don't know, can you guys see this? Oh yeah, so this is Ted's car where he got hit. So he was stopped. He looked in the rearview mirror and the car was not stopping. He saw it was not going to stop. So he tried to get out of the way. There was a car in front of him. Tried to get out of the way, but he ended up getting hit before he got out of the way. He ended up still hitting the car. So this is the front damage that he hit the car in front of him. And then this is the back of his car that he got rear-ended. It ended up like in front of the guy's. This is Ted's bumper, so it ended up in front of this guy's inside his car. So, and then the treatment that I did. Let's see, this one. So is this one. So I did it on his back. This is the stand that I'm testing out, which has been working pretty good. One of the other stands already broke, so I'm talking to the manufacturer right now. But I did this for about 20 minutes. I set the timer on for this one, and then also did it across the slit on his neck. And he had very, very good results from that. So, but yeah, and then the manual here, again, this is what I have printed out in the book. It goes over the reflexology points. There's people that get results just from doing it on their hands. The reason it's very important to do your hands and your feet first is because of this. It's because you're taking care and you're charging your organs, like all your organs are here. So I always tell people, at minimum, do your hands and your feet, and then do wherever it hurts, right? But in this chart right here, right, and, you've got to do behind your knees and all this, right? But at minimum, these two, and then again, what she said here with the lymphatic drainage, I would probably even this one. So, but 5 minutes for her lymphatic protocol, I think is great. But drinking the water before and after is very important because it helps. Just something about the water traveling throughout your body. It's going to be fine. So, did you want to do a quick treatment?
Sure. So I'll do you.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Well, Donna, I was wondering about the manual. Because I'd never received a manual.
Yeah, let me send that to you.
Okay.
I'm going to send it to you. I'll send you guys a link already.
So I tell people, we start with the hands and the feet, okay? Because this is kind of like key acupuncture points too, aside from the reflex points. But I just go like about 10 to 12 times. Okay, then have a seat. And you're going to do the bottom of the foot. Here's another acupuncture point. If you want to get it, it's really good for women in particular. This is a triple yin point. I'll go there too. And I'm going to do this side. Okay, so now I'm going to have you stand face that way. So we're going to do her spine. So you can go, according to Terahertz, they want you to go down. But from a Qigong point of view, the energy moves up. Okay, so I go up and down. Now there are 4 bladder channels on either side of the spine. So you have 2 on the left, 2 on the right. So you can do it one of 2 ways. You can go left and just do it off the spine and you'll get the bladder channels because the bladder channels correlate with all the organs in the body. Or you can do it this way. This is easier. You just go across the spine. This is a little bit out of order, but I do this anyway because usually it's easier to work on the back side and then go to the front. So then I'll go down, and you have a lot of lymph nodes in the back of the knee. You can spend a little bit more time there.
You're using setting number 3.
What's that?
You're using setting number 3?
3.
Okay.
People like the heat.
Yes. Yeah. So when you're wearing the clothes, setting number 3 is good. But if you can do this without the clothes on, oh, it's going to be better.
Okay, then I do the lymphatics. So I do it in this order. So you always do left side and then right side. So, and the key lymphatic node is this thoracic duct. It's underneath the left collarbone. So it is responsible for draining out about 75% of your lymph. And the lymph system only goes one way. So you want to do it in this order because then you'll get the most efficiency. So you can do this. I teach people to do this. Okay, so it's the same thing, but if they have this, I have them do the same area. So we go left side. And I do the right side. And I'll do the side of the neck. 30% of your lymph nodes are on the side of the neck. And then hold your arms up, and I'm going to do armpits. And then I'll just go along the, you can do that. Then I'll do the belly. Okay. So if you want to do it from our Qigong way, you go left up, right down. And you'll get the energy moving. But it doesn't matter. Then you do the groin. And then I'll just go down the whole bone. Because you want to clear out the bone marrow. Now, if you want to boost your immune system, then you do stomach 36. So you can do the outside of the knee. And if you also want to like stimulate the person's own antibodies, then you do spleen 10, which is on the inside of the knee.
So outside of the knee and inside of the knee.
Yeah, so stomach 36 is below the knee on the outside. Spleen 10 is up here.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
So, and then if you want to do the spleen, then you go on the left side. And then I usually want to try to get liver. So that's on the right lower rib cage. And then I'll do the arms. So again, the long bones of the body. So that's basically it. And then you spend more time on whatever hurts.
Yeah.
Okay. But I noticed this looks less wrinkly right here. Yeah, you've been working on that. Okay. And then for gallbladder, if you want to get gallbladder, you can just go down from kind of like the rib cage all the way down to the ankle. If you just go down. Okay, and then try the other side. So this is especially good if they get a lot of headaches on the side of their head.
Yeah, so this is probably about 5 to 6 minutes, right? It's longer now just because she's explaining
You
it.
can do the face,
Yeah.
you know. And I usually avoid the top of the head. I just assume everybody has high blood pressure.
Mm-hmm.
And then if they have balance issues, then you can do like the back of the head. If, you know, they have hearing problems, you can do it over the ears.
Yes.
You know, and do all of that. So, but usually I don't do face right away.
Yes.
Okay. How's that feel?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's so great to do right before going to bed. People have said that they had really good sleep after doing this. So I actually will recommend to people to do it right before going to bed. So yeah. So any other questions?
So for the spray bottle, when you're
The spray bottle? Uh-huh.
yeah, does that have to be glass too?
It's better if it's glass.
Oh yeah. Okay.
It's better if it's glass, yeah, because you're gonna put the Terahertz water in there. But if it's gonna be plastic, just wait for the water to charge, right? So again, you're gonna charge the water for about a minute. Let it sit there for about 10 minutes so that it settles. I think it's 10 minutes if it's a gallon, but if it's a glass, maybe it's even shorter, and then transfer it. But if you're using glass, you don't have to wait.
Okay.
Yeah, but it does make a big difference. Before I was blowing without, just on dry skin. But putting that water in, you could feel the moisture, right? A lot of people, when they're working on their face as well, they'll put on their, some oils that they have, and they could feel that as well. So I have Gua Sha I have a portable gua sha I carry with me all the time. Where is it? Well, no, I only carry it with me because it came in a nice little case. And actually, it's actually from doTERRA, and I carry it in my bag. So like, because Ted drives me everywhere now, so I'll be, you know, I'll use it here, right? So, and it feels really good, especially when you put it like on your spine here, and then working on your neck area here. So there's a debate whether or not to go up or down. I like going up all the time. There are some people that say it goes down, but it feels really good, and it takes care of this. I used to have some stuff here. I'm like, oh, it's so nice. But yeah, it's nice. You know, Ted's driving me in the car. I'm just like, okay.
So
Right?
Vicky was asking the question, what is gua sha?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, it's using this. You know, there's a bunch of tools on it, there's a bunch of videos on it, but it's a Chinese thing that they use. A lot of the beauty people, people who want to have contour their face. Oh my God! Wait, hang on. I'm gonna show you a picture of this girl who she did the gua sha, and I think I shared it with you guys last time. Where is it? But you could tell her face changed. Her face changed.
But Lydia, you said your contours of your face are changing since you've been using the Terahertz, right?
Yeah, plus the qigong.
Yeah.
From the qigong.
But
So here, right here, you see her face? She gua sha'd this part. I don't know if you could see.
Yeah.
It's a little fuller on this side,
Yeah.
and it's a little more contoured here.
a lot.
So I don't know if they could see that. Let me put it over here. So hopefully you can see it. But here, even just blowing on the face underneath the bags of the eyes kind of went away. And then here, right here, when you had these like laugh lines, this is cut in half. She had the laugh line here, and then she doesn't have it on this side. Right. So, but this is the gua sha here. Like, this is the wrong. I have another one that's kind of square that's got like a little notch in it, and like a lot of like if you want like a nice jaw, like people will do it this way, and then you kind of put it here, and then you just kind of stimulate it here. So it's nice if that's blowing on you while you're doing the gua sha, but it's basically you're basically stimulating the muscles on your face, and we don't get to do that much, right? That's why it just starts kind of right. So they have this thing called face yoga. Have you heard of that? That's awesome too, right? You kind of go. Stare at your face in the mirror, right? And kind of like be able to smile without moving things, and you just kind of focus on lifting certain muscles in your face. It's really pretty cool. Face yoga. That's another thing to look at. But it does really work, you know. But I like it, you know. Someone said I look younger this week. I'm happy. AARP age already, you know, getting discounts. I don't know. I don't like that. But yeah.
Was that last time from the gua sha or the?
This one is from the Terahertz. This is all from the Terahertz. But this one here, she's using the Terahertz while she's using this tool, right? So you could. You know, there's a bunch of YouTube videos, a bunch of people do it differently, but just remember to go up, because some people are like, go down this way. I say, no, you want to go up, right? So even just doing this way, like this, and then always want to jiggle it at the very end, because
I think they say go up really to counteract the effects of gravity.
But it feels really, really good.
So if I had an implant like here, I couldn't do that Terahertz.
You can't do it this way.
Oh, but you
can't do it direct. If there's a way you can miss it, you know? Yeah, so you have to think about the stream of the Terahertz.
So that's why it's a blue light. It's to give you direction of where the light's going. Because the Terahertz light is actually invisible.
There's a blue light right here, so it points, so you know what you're hitting. So like even like on your eyes, you can kind of see. When you're doing your eyes, do not open the eyes, you know, so... But it feels really good. You can feel the stimulation in your eyes. But it's nice. It's nice to have that blue light on here. Some people are saying that there are benefits from the blue light as well, but I'm not going to, don't look at it. Don't look at it. It wasn't meant to look at, it was meant to point. So, yeah.
What about for skin tags? Is there a certain protocol?
Oh, yeah. I just get so excited. I don't know if I have a picture of it, but they did just blow on it. But you want to put the water on there
Okay.
and continue blowing, but I don't know if I had it on this one. This is the one that I shared last time. This was like meant for like beauty people. Do I have the skin tag? It works really well on varicose veins. So some people, it went away like just right after using it. Some people had to wait 2 weeks. It depends. You know, everybody's different on how they react. But like look at that one. That's gnarly.
Oh.
Gnarly varicose veins on that one. No, I don't have a skin tag on here, but age spots works really well for age spots. This is the exact same one. This is after 1 month using it. So I don't have stuff on my face anymore, and I have a couple here. It's a little lighter, I noticed, and I really should have taken a picture. But yeah, I always forget taking a picture. But I love this one. Like, you know, I'm in the 55 and over league now, and we all wear these short skirts. So this is very helpful for me. Very helpful, you know, when you're wearing a short skirt in a 55 and over league, and you know, I'm already like, that's a prospect right there. I have my Terahertz in the bag. But this was amazing because she did it on. If you can see, this is she just on this picture alone. She only treated her left leg. She treated her left leg, and I don't know if you can tell a difference. It's probably, I probably need to make it bigger, but I see the difference, and I was like, oh my gosh, that is amazing. And I put the details there because I had to text her. Every time I see someone leave a testimony, I'm like, messaging her, what did you do? What setting? How long? You know, so that's how I can share the information with people on what they did. So I typed it out here. 7 days, 2 times a day, 10 minutes each, right? So she had lost a lot of weight, which is why her leg looks like that. But people who are just aging, not losing weight, their leg looks like that too. I saw it. My first day in the 55 and over league. You know, so yeah, 2 times a day for 10 minutes. Okay, and then this one here, she started doing it on both. Right, so you can kind of tell this one still looks better because it didn't even out. So, but yeah, both legs 3 weeks later. So this is 3 weeks later. So again, the way people use it, you can just do it while watching TV, right? You have to put on the subtitles. You're watching your K-drama anyway. Just have your subtitles on there anyway, and just be blown away while you're watching and crying. Oh God! Right. So, but yeah, a lot of people will do it just while watching TV. So, but yeah, so these are some of the ones. I'll find that skin tag one. I don't think it was on this one, but it does help with pigmentations. It helps with acne. Psoriasis is the one that's really big.
So you recommend spraying with the Terahertz
Yes,
first?
yes, that's the one people are doing now. Back then we weren't doing it, and then somebody did it and got better results, and you know you share it with everybody else. So now it's always about just, I'm like a information hoarder, and then like here you go. Yeah.
Is any test skin cancer?
I'll have to find out on that because I did ask about the cancer, and I kind of wanted to find out. But there are people who are getting who are going through chemo and all that stuff and radiation, I think. So I'm waiting to hear back from them on what they did. So, but there was positive results on them feeling better using the Terahertz. So, but if you have any implants, don't use it on there. A lot of times with people who are very sensitive, they will just work on their hands and their feet. You find it, you find that organ on your hands and feet, and use that. But I don't think there's skin tags on this one.
You know, Hilda couldn't be here.
Oh, okay.
So, because she got COVID.
Oh,
so
okay.
She got COVID. So
I will tell her to. I don't know
so
if
she know of anything to use with the Terahertz. I told her with the AL scan, what to do. But she was telling me because she had a lot of lymphatic stagnation in her shoulders. And it took like several weeks before she finally told me it started to be a problem after she had her vaccination. So that made sense because she had it mostly on the left side and she had most of her problems here.
Right.
So, but the Terahertz has really helped her a lot.
Right.
So.
Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of people that are having the issues with the vaccinations, right? And then they're getting the vaccination and they're still getting COVID. So, but again, with the COVID, you're right, open your mouth and just blow it down there. It actually feels really nice to have that warm heat. But then you just kind of like, you feel like you're at the dentist where it starts to feel all dry, right? So you always want to have water. Oh, that was another thing. When you're doing your blowing, try to drink water like after every time you move at a new place, because it's very dehydrating when you're putting that. There's a lot of heat, so you want to keep hydrating as you're putting, every new location. So that's another new thing that they said to do. And I noticed the differences that as well, because when I'm Terahertzing, I'm like, I'm feeling a little dry, right? But let me just finish this. But now it's like I have my water, I have everything on close to me, and then I'll do it.
So you said after you terahertz the water, after 15 minutes, you could pour it into any container?
Yeah. You want to let the charge settle. Okay. Yeah, because it's highly charged when you do that.
Question on the medallion thing that you wear.
Oh yeah, the ionic shield. This is an invisible mask. Yeah. So this is one of the products that they're also selling.
Because I'm thinking he teaches, and so he's always having to take the COVID test all the time, But if he has that, it'll also protect him too.
Yes. I will. I think I have your email, so I was just about to send you the manual, and I'll send you the videos on this one as well. Yeah. So there's really great videos on this and how it works, and they show that again. They take a cigarette smoke, they put it under a glass, then they put this under there, and it just clears it. It's kind of like the air doctor. It's like an air purifier that's just with you all the time, right? And you have your own personal air purifier. So,
but this is negative ions?
It's negative ions, yeah. But it looked like, it just cleared, because I remember seeing the video for the air purifier. It was a big room, had a lot of smoke, and then it just cleared out. Right. And then so this is like your own personal one. Yeah, I can't wear it for tennis. So I was like, I'm about to wear it for tennis. Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm always trying to think, what can I use for tennis? But this is nice. Yeah, this is nice. Any other questions? So again, if you're gonna do it on the back, if you want to use the hairdryer stand, I'll send you guys the link to that. You connect it to the hairdryer stand, and then you could just go this way, or again, you could just lie down and set this on the bed, and then just swivel it. You're just swiveling to go on your back if you need to. Okay.
Well, the way that I do it, I just do this. I go this way, and I can feel it, and then I go this way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. But yeah, if you're not flexible, sometimes people are not flexible. Yeah. So again, to do your feet, like they kind of recommend for people if you just kind of sit down, if you can sit Indian style, because it's easier to get your feet right. And there's a section there where you kind of want to get like your back point, because it's really good to get your tailbone area. Somebody here had an issue with their tailbone. Okay, yeah. Tailbone. Yes. So yeah, so you can do that while you're sitting down and just kind of and get your tailbone area. Yeah. But I like it.
It'd be nice if you can find a handle for, let's say, like a blow dryer. There'll be more flexibility too. I was trying to look for that on Amazon, but I haven't been able to.
The thing is, I'm hanging on to this for dear life because I don't want it to drop and the crystal's going to break. So there's people who have dropped it, and there's a quartz crystal in here. So that quartz crystal amplifies, right, intensifies what's coming out from here. And it'll break. This is glass. This section right here is glass. This section here is the blow dryer area. So that's why I like to carry it in this case. This is a little mini keyboard case that I just kind of, put this in here. And it was a perfect fit. Perfect fit to have it, right? But yeah, so the way to use it again, hands, feet, right? And then the spine, and then this area here. Right, so exactly what she was doing, right? So I think just those 4 would be fine, because this is the biggest channel to clear out the lymph nodes. And then your face, we gotta do our face, right?
But I say the belly because your immune system.
Yes, you gotta do the belly.
The people wanted to look flatter, and actually I've been focusing on there, and it's been getting smaller. My pants are starting to fall off, so I'm thinking, maybe I buy some new pants.
I'd love to show you my belly, but because I have when I was I have a lot of loose skin here, so I've been doing it here, and like, oh, I need to go wear a
Tightening up,
bikini.
huh?
No, just kidding. It's starting to get a lot tighter now. Like you can't see a lot of the loose skin. But it is, yeah. And there's some people who also recommend doing the figure 8 on here as well, right? They'll do the figure 8. I forgot what the reasoning was behind it. But you were talking about doing counterclockwise.
Yeah,
right?
I do. Yeah, because that's the way the chi moves.
Yeah, counterclockwise. So, but yeah, figure 8. And I was doing it with my clothes on, but I got better results because I have a stand now, right? And I just put it without, I just raised it and did it that way, and it is better. It feels better.
I always do it after shower. It just feels really good.
Yeah. So that's how you use it every day when you get out of the shower. Just dry yourself with it, right? But I actually have my spray bottle. I'm trying to figure out how to get Terahertz water out of my shower. I'm like just spraying myself with a shower, right? But so I'll have my spray bottle in the bathroom. I'll spray it and I'll dry myself, and then of course I dry my hair with it as well, and then my face, and then my Gua Sha. Can't forget the Gua Sha. This is so cute. I didn't have it. There was a case for it. This came with the doTERRA. They have that. So, but any other questions?
That's a lot.
You covered a lot. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Okay. You're welcome. Use it every day, guys. Even just for a couple minutes. You guys want to use it every day.
Yeah.
So, hi, guys.